Bum bum ba da da bum bum ba da 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 da. Go, Swampert! Use Earthquake! Oh no! Not Earthquake! My Raichu hates earthquakes! Oh, Raichu! Why you fell into the abyss? Haha! Give me your electric gym badge now, bitch! Okay, here you go! And that's just how one of the battles I've had with the fake electric gym leader of Mama Town went on. Welcome to Pokebears. I'm Nick.
Yeah, and I'm Forrest. And Nick has problems. He will see a psychiatrist
I'm
soon.
too good at Pokemon battling. That's my problem.
Sure. Alright, Nick, are you ready for the exciting conclusion to last week's cliffhanger of an episode?
Oh, with that Magmar using Fire Blast on Pikachu? Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that end up?
Oh,
by the way, welcome to Pokebears. Or we already said that.
Who said that? Why are you going backwards?
I don't know. Well, this is episode 61.
Yes, it is. Volcanic Panic. So, in the last episode, Magmar was about to beat Pikachu.
Because he's immune to electricity, when
for
Rhydon is
some
not.
reason. Yeah, so stupid. And this episode, Ash quits.
And Blaine says that's a good job. He did, because otherwise he would have been disqualified. Which made me wonder, why would he have been disqualified?
What
because
rules was he citing?
Of reckless Pokemon battling?
Yeah,
because I think it's reckless Pokemon battling to be having a battle over a volcano.
The Pikachu almost
Do you disqualify everyone who challenges you?
Pikachu almost falls into lava at one point. I was like, he doesn't even have like a net underneath or anything to catch him.
No,
Just
nothing.
Like, how many people has Blaine battled and they're like, freaking Beedrill died in the pit of lava?
Probably a lot.
Probably. Oh, I wanted to point this out. The narrator says, Pikachu's in real Pika peril. And I was disappointed in the narrator.
No, the narrator doesn't give a fuck. That's why. He's like, yeah, I'll do terrible puns. I don't care.
Oh my god.
I applauded the narrator for his nonchalantness.
Goody. The
whole thing.
So we get into this episode, and Team Rocket come in, and they, Meowth's like, alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go over to Magmar, and I'm gonna tell him he won a contest, and then we're gonna freeze him with our freeze guns.
And that's a good plan.
That's a good plan.
I don't know why we don't use that for every other Pokemon we encounter, but that's gonna work on Magmar.
Apparently Magmar is super, like, gullible and really wants to win contests. Yeah, because, like, he just goes along with it, apparently.
Yeah, he's
and
just
then
there.
Team Rocket's like, alright, let's fire our freeze guns.
Which are obviously rocket launchers.
Yep.
But then they just freeze Magmar instead of blowing him up so they can capture him.
But Magmar can't be frozen.
Magmar has flame body or something.
I would assume flame body. So instead they try to freeze the area around Magmar, being the volcano itself, and then that causes some voodoo
chain
reaction
of voodoo science. And so the volcano's erupting, and Blaine and company have to stop it.
By plugging up the hole with boulders, I guess. Oh, by the way, Team Rocket gets blasted off by the Surfire.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
By etc.
So then we get like this, how long was it? Like a 7-8 minute scene of them trying to plug up the
5.
boulders.
And like, it started with Magmar by itself because Pikachu tried to help it. Blaine was like, no, Pikachu will get burned up because only fire Pokemon can handle the heat.
So they spend like 5 minutes figuring out, okay, well, can we help? Or are we just going to stand here and watch Magmar?
Stand here. Hey, Charizard, do you want to help? No?
Oh, okay, well, we've done all we can do, I guess.
Well, let's just stand here. And then Charizard is like looking at Magmar, trying its hardest. And then eventually, after 5 minutes of standing around and doing nothing, Charizard decides to help.
Yep.
And then Ash and company release more of their Pokemon.
Because they couldn't do that before, but now they can. So Onix and Geodude and try to help plug up with boulders.
So why didn't Brock just do that from the start?
I have no idea. And Misty's water Pokemon are cooling off Ash's Pikachu, and Brock's Geodude and shit with water guns.
Why isn't it knocking out?
I don't know. And so they plug up the hole, and this was actually pretty funny because he plugs up the hole, and Blaine's like, to thank you, I'm gonna. And Ash is like, give me a badge.
And Blaine's like, what? No, that's stupid.
That's stupid.
I don't know what kind of crock pottery you've been encountering before.
Do that.
But I'm going to give you another chance to battle. Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Being a gym leader, I think it's his obligation to battle regardless of how many opportunities they've had in the past, but whatever.
Plus, Blaine just loves killing Pokemon, so...
Yeah.
Any chance he gets to burn a Pokemon alive in Magma, he's going to take.
So because the bridge the main battlefield got destroyed from the volcano, erupting or whatever...
It's sunken in lava.
Yeah. They decide to go at the very top of the volcano on the rim or whatever, and Blaine has, these little, boulders in the water?
These
little
platforms.
Tall, plateaus, in the water, in the lava, that the Pokemon are going to battle across by leaping across with lava underneath.
Which is a cool concept.
It's a cool concept, but my god, is that dangerous.
Yeah, no. This is what Team Plasma should be worried about.
Yeah!
These are the kind of Pokemon battles that are abusive.
This is awful, yeah. How many of his battles... And maybe that's why his gym is closed down. Because so many trainers were, having their Pokemon die from falling in lava.
We were about to see Ash cry over his Charizard he thought was dead.
Yeah. I was like, is that a legit concern in this universe now? The Pokemon could go into lava and die?
Be killed?
Yeah. In battle? My god.
So anyway,
it's a lot darker than I thought it was.
Charizard decides to battle this time.
Yeah.
Because he's inspired by Magmar's strength.
I love that Ash, by the way, has to ask Pikachu for permission if he can use Charizard instead of Pikachu for this battle.
I know you were really useless in the last battle, but do you want to battle again? Or is it cool if Charizard battles?
When you say it like that, it's actually funnier because it sounds facetious.
That's what I would say. My Pikachu was being a bitch about it. First of all, it'll be a Raichu. My Raichu was being a bitch about it. I'd be like, no, Raichu, get back in your ball.
You were useless.
Blastoise, go. Also, I would have used Blastoise.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have won.
So,
because I'm too good at Pokemon battles.
Magmar and Charizard face off and flamethrow each other. The flamethrowers collide in midair and explode for some freaking reason.
Magmar whispers, I'm gonna you. And throws him in lava.
Charizard brings him out. And he does a seismic toss and throws him the down.
Reverses the fuckery.
Reverses the fuckery.
And so Magmar recovers from that real briefly, but then immediately falls over and Charizard wins.
And that's
the
end of the episode.
Yeah. Blaine says, good job.
It says, good job, and Ash is like, okay, got my badge real great.
Yeah.
And then
Blaine also had some puns throughout the show.
And they were not good.
They weren't good.
I remember the last one was...
what's really red and doesn't have words?
No, what's red all over but doesn't have words?
What's red all over and doesn't have words? It's Volcano Badge.
It's like, well, that could be lots of things, Blaine. That's
an apple,
a terrible riddle.
Misty's backpack,
tomato, ketchup, blood.
A lot of things.
Lava. So what'd you think about that episode, Nick?
I gave it 2.5.
So did I.
Because
so did I.
I would have only given it 2 or 1.5 if there wasn't the actual Pokemon battle that we had in the second half.
That thing saved that episode.
It did.
So
because otherwise it
hardcore.
would have been terrible.
Yeah. Because
you got to promote good, full-fledged Pokemon battles. Like Charizard versus Magmar. Because that was legit.
That was actually a decent battle. But before that, with the saving the volcano or whatever.
Oh, Jigglypuff was there for a second.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was stupid.
Because when they're all releasing their Pokemon, Misty, of course, released a Psyduck. And
she's like, get back in your
Psyduck.
ball, Psyduck.
And then Jigglypuff also goes through, and Ash is chasing Jigglypuff, and yeah, it's just dumb.
It felt like so much filler for that. Like, why was that necessary for this episode?
They could have
especially
taken off
since
the first half of both episodes.
Yeah! And just made it about
them.
the freaking badge, because the last episode, too, was just so stretched out. when it didn't need to be, and nothing happened.
And the full battle is this. Squirtle versus Ninetales. Squirtle loses instantly, because, okay, fine.
Well, it's
Pikachu takes out Ninetales somehow. Sure. Then also Rhydon. And then... Oh, no, he sends out Charizard. Charizard's like, you, no. So then he sends out Pikachu, takes out Ninetales Rhydon because of bullshit. And then sees Magmar, and then Magmar's kicking Pikachu's ass, but then Charizard wakes up. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? I'll battle you. And then Charizard gets back in. And that's one battle, one episode. Really concise. So that way the season doesn't have to be 82 episodes.
Think about it. This one season of Pokemon is so long that if you watched 2 episodes a week, it would take you almost the entire year just to get through the first season.
Ugh. Oh boy.
So anyway, that's the end of that one.
That's the end of that one.
And that was the best episode of the 4 that we watched.
Of the batch, yeah, I think so.
That's so sad. Alright, Nick, moving on to episode number 62, Beach Blank Out Blastoise.
I know why it's called Blank Out.
Why?
Because they black out.
This might have my least favorite title of all the episodes.
It's a bad title.
It's so bad. What is the punch? What is the pun there? Beach blanket, but with blank out, sleeping, but it's on the beach.
And then it's a Blastoise. I think that's exactly what it is.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Who decided on that title? They need to be fired.
I don't. They probably are at this point. It's 20 years later.
Probably. But probably not for this reason.
So Ash just got the volcano badge and he's gloating about it because he's a shit. And then, but they're also running to the ship because they don't want to be stranded on Cinnabar Island.
But they don't make it because War Turtle runs into them and they're like, "What's that Pokemon?" I'm like, "Really, Ash? You don't know
what's that Pokemon that looks a lot like my Squirtle?"
You don't know what War Turtle is?
And I should probably have had by this point in my Pokemon training journey.
Maybe if you use other Pokemon besides just
Pikachu. And Bulbasaur.
And Bulbasaur refuses to evolve. Maybe you would know what other Pokemon look like. I don't know. Maybe if you even tried to catch some Pokemon sometimes.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, why did I just write Oh, I remember why I wrote that.
Jigglypuff?
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
So...
War Turtle takes them...
War Turtle's like, hey, help me. But no one could understand me, not even Pikachu. So then...
he has Squirtle.
And Squirtle somehow translates or just leaves. And then they follow Squirtle and War Turtle
to this little island where there's a bunch of Squirtle and War Turtle in their shells on the beach and what's going on? Why are they all in their shells? And then they see the big Blastoise shell.
And that one's also empty. Or
he's inside his shell.
Can I point out they used Misty, Scoldine, Staryu, and Starmie to pull the boat.
You can point that out.
And then Misty had her horsey in her hand, just right up to her face. And I said, "Why, Misty? Why no? Just put the horsey back."
They want to remind the audience that yes, Misty has horsey, so that in the next episode we can remember that she had it. We'll get to the problems with that episode when we get to it.
That's a whole other episode.
So anyway, Ash goes up to the Blastoise shell. He's like, "I really want a Blastoise," and then he falls asleep.
I really want a Blastoise. Maybe I should evolve my Squirtle. Nah.
There was some way I could get a Blastoise.
Because I don't want to catch it, because that would somehow, I think, be ruining the ecosystem here.
It's just a wild Blastoise.
So Ash goes up to the Blastoise and gets knocked out.
Yeah, he just falls asleep. And that's when I wrote, oh, because I know what's going to be in this episode now.
What also makes Pokemon and everyone who happens to be around it fall asleep? Sleep Powder by Gloom.
Yeah, so there's a Gloom stuck in Blastoise as it
That would
turns
actually
out.
make more sense, because the Sleep Powder would be touch.
Yeah, that
spread.
would, yeah. Imagine if they used different Pokemon except for Jigglypuff for their little contrivances. Oh, well.
That'd be cute. But they don't.
I wrote, because they start trying to wake up Blastoise, I'm like, oh, great. Because Wake Up Snorlax was such an invigorating episode, we had to remake that episode.
Sleepy Blastoise is adorable, though.
It is. When he finally wakes up.
Nah, Blastoise. Blastoise.
And then we see that, yes, Jigglypuff is stuck in the cannon, and they're all like, what's that stuck in the cannon?
No, Brock and Misty are able to tell what it is immediately because they're not fucking idiots. And Ash is like, the whole episode, what is that? Well, it's pink and has an ear?
I heard a song from the Blastoise I swear sounded familiar.
Oh, what could it be?
I don't know why I'm turning him into Barney Fife.
I don't know. Same IQ.
Okay.
And then Team Rocket shows up in their Gyarados submarine. Well, they've been there, actually. They just have been following them since they left Cinnabar Island. But,
then Team Rocket's like, all right, well, this was the best
everyone's
part of the episode.
knocked out by Jigglypuff.
Yeah, because this is the best part of the episode because they send out Meowth on like a little rope to go. This was the only good part of the episode. Was Meowth goes up to the Blastoise, he's like, because they're like, we're gonna capture this Blastoise. I'm like, okay, yeah, fair enough. It's a wild Pokemon.
It's a wild Pokemon. It's asleep.
Yeah,
You
should be able to. If only they carried like Great Balls or something, that'd be great. But
see, that's the issue. If we actually saw Team Rocket actually catch a Pokemon, then the audience has a moral dilemma with they can't free the Pokemon because then they're gonna have to free their Pokemon.
anyway, so Meowth goes up to wake up the Blastoise. He starts getting drowsy, so they reel in Meowth because he's on a rope. They reel him in like a fishing line.
And
he just
gets
smacks
conked,
into like this
like all the
shells. And then just like almost drowns in the water.
Just be pulled against the water like.
That one clip was very funny, and then the rest of the episode was terrible.
Oh no! Then they used the Gyarados grabber
Yeah.
to like suction cup the
They
Blastoise,
did.
and it just like smacks all the other things out of the way.
Nick was like, "Why didn't they just use the Gyarados grabber in the first place?" I'm like, "Well, because they gotta fill time. That's their point.
Nah.
That's Team Rocket's."
They gotta save the Gyarados pumps.
Yeah.
No one could serve them.
Jesus.
By the way, Misty didn't care about the dilemma that the squirrels were having. Like, Ash fell asleep briefly, and then Misty said, oh, well, I guess we should just leave then. And Ash was like, no, we gotta help him. And Misty was like, okay.
Well, to
Fine.
be fair, it's not really their problem. Like, oh, wild Pokemon put another wild Pokemon to sleep. Who gives a f***?
That is fair, but you would think Misty, the water Pokemon trainer, would care about water Pokemon.
You would think.
But it's Misty.
But it's Misty.
Thank you. It is Misty. Forgot that. I guess I just like to critique Misty every time I can.
That's fair. That's fair. She is critiquable. When Team Rocket gets the Blastoise in the sub and everything...
They also get the Jigglypuff
They also
because
get the
Jigglypuff is
Jigglypuff.
stuck in Blastoise's shell. But why is it singing? Why is
I don't
it
know.
singing
It's just
when
like
it's stuck in its cannon?
It-
It's suffocating.
It reminds me of like in Sharknado when the sharks are like biting everything that's like around them, even though they're like flying through the air at top speeds. Like, why would they be trying to eat things? It's like the same kind of logic. Like, Jigglypuff's in peril. Better sing my song now.
Better sing my song. Self-defense.
Self-defense. Team Rocket falls asleep and there's like holes in their sub because I think like something hit the sub or whatever.
Something
Whatever.
good.
And so water starts pouring in and I'm like, okay, great. Now Team Rocket's getting drowned. Awesome.
But then they got us to rescue Jigglypuff, though.
Yeah.
And they do. And then Jigglypuff starts singing. And then they say, oh no, Jigglypuff, why?
Ash sends Squirtle to go... No, Squirtle goes on his own, doesn't he?
Squirtle goes on like a Squirtle squad.
Yeah,
And they all-
Squirtle... That's right. Squirtle leads the Squirtle and Wartortle into the water. And they catch... they get...
The Gyarados sub and bring it
Gyarados
up shore.
Yep. And then they get Blastoise out of there. And they're like, well, now we gotta wake up Blastoise. So Squirtle uses his water gun and Pikachu like uses his Thunderbolt to like
the water gun.
encircle it, and then that hits Blastoise, and for some reason
Gets
that's
the
able to
Jigglypuff out
it
as
gets
well.
the Jigglypuff out and wakes him up,
And Blastoise is like revitalized by like
Even though-
a super effective hit.
not fainted, revitalized. Ash's Pikachu's Electricity has some really f***ed up power.
Rhydon is weak to it.
That's his
Blastoise
Golem.
gets stronger.
That's right. And freaking Magmar completely immune.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Type speed nothing.
This logic doesn't make sense. I know it's a show about freaking animals with superpowers that battle each other. But
there are rules!
Make any sense.
So then the Blastoise, like, knocks out
This he uses
Gyarados'
his
super
water
strength.
cannons, and that's
And then they kill themselves.
That's the end of the episode. My last note here is I hate Jigglypuff. I don't know if that's stemming from anything specifically, but I hate Jigglypuff.
Mine was shouldn't have saved it if you didn't want him to sing.
Alright, so that's the end of the episode.
I gave it 1.5.
I gave it 1.
Oh, see, I gave the next one 1.
You gave the next one 1?
Yeah.
Well, I also gave the next one 1.
Oh.
Spoiler.
So they're equally as bad in your eyes.
Yes, because this episode was just dumb. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. The pacing was terrible. The characters were just stupid because they couldn't figure out it was Jigglypuff. Then they wanted to get him out of the Blastoise, and I'm like, just f***ing leave it, man. No one cares. This whole filler episode was pure filler in the worst possible way.
You know, it would have been a good opportunity for Squirtle to evolve.
Yeah, it would have been. Imagine that if they had let Squirtle evolve. But Squirtle was not even really a focus of this episode that much.
No.
Like, he does things, but he doesn't have any kind of character story in this at all.
Yeah.
Unlike Bulbasaur in the Bulbasaur Mystic Village episode, when he had his, like... he had his whole thing. It wasn't particularly good arc, but he at least had an arc.
It's not a good arc. It's an anti-arc.
But
it teaches you to not grow up.
Yes, it's a bad arc, but at least it had an arc, whereas this one does not have any arcs to it at all.
Yeah. And then the next one just has arcs about completely different things.
No.
Things we don't care about. It's arcs I don't need arcs.
Do you got any more? Do you have anything else to say about Beach Blank?
No, I want to talk about I want to talk about f***ing Misty Mermaid, bitch.
Okay, great.
Episode 63.
Okay, so episode 63, the Misty Mermaid, or as Nick just said, the
Misty Mermaid, bitch. Yeah, that's its actual name.
So this episode,
they're in f***ing Viridian City. They are on the border of Viridian City.
Why? Why would you put the characters of the show at the next gym? Like, at the cusp of the next gym battle. And this would be like, no, we're going to go off to a different city. F you. Bait and switch.
Like, if they had just, like, landed back in Vermilion City or wherever the port is from...
Palatown.
If they had just landed back in Palatown, fine. Take a detour. You passed by Viridian City, but at least you weren't in Viridian City.
It would have even made more sense to stop in Palatown. It'd been kind of like, it would have been kind of poignant because you started the journey in Palatown. Now we're before our final 8th badge. We get to see Mom again and see Palatown again.
I think that happens after the 8th badge. He visits Palatown before he goes to the league.
That's great and everything. But I'm just saying, that could have still happened here. If you want to make another episode between, like, the freaking... these two gym battles, if you wanted another episode in between there, why not do that instead of this malarkey?
I don't know. Okay, let's go into the story details.
Okay, so they're at a fountain.
They're at a fountain.
Misty has Horsey out of its ball.
And Horsey, the Pokemon we are focused on right now, Horsey is feeling sick. And, like, it's not getting enough exercise because I guess it hasn't had any opportunities to swim across the ocean and pull a boat. I don't know what kind of opportunities it's going to be able to do that. Maybe an episode before or something. But I don't know. You know what? They never go across the ocean. Certainly not with Horsey. And if they did, it would probably be more practical to have it hold it against your face. That's what you do with Horsies. That's how you exercise them.
So Misty's like, oh man, my Horsey needs exercise.
But I can't just pull an aquarium. Let's go to
Cerulean City. Let's go 3 towns out of the way to get
Let's go through Viridian Forest and then through Mount Moon or next to Viridian Forest through Diglett Tunnel to Vermilion City and then go up to Cerulean City. Let's do that. Let's get out of the city that we are now focused on. The city that has the 8th gym in it. The city that if we just did the battle, we could be done with it, and then we could go on to the league. No, let's do something else. Let's waste time and get rid of half of my Pokemon while we're at it.
So Misty calls up her sisters and is like, hey, we're gonna come to town for a visit.
Okay, great. Fine, you do that. They go into town.
And
There's a poster. There's a poster for the beautiful Pokemon Mermaid show ballet. They've had radio announcements for it. It's on commercials. They got posters. It's great. Ash points out, hey, it kind of looks like Misty. Well, great, because apparently Misty is the goddamn mermaid, because after one day, they're able to advertise all this shit for fucking Misty starring in a ballet when she has no training!
Even better, the ballet is tomorrow! Misty's sisters are like, oh yeah, so like, we're gonna have this ballet tomorrow, and we want you to be in it, and they're like, and Misty's like, I don't really want to do that, that's stupid, and they're like, no, please,
no,
really,
please, we really need to.
Please do it, please, it's really gonna mean a lot to us or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
If you don't do it, we're gonna have to close down a gym or whatever.
Yeah, because no one's been coming to see our gym battles or whatever. And Misty's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And they're like,
ha, you stupid bitch!
We were able to trick her! Like, what the f***?
Would just leave. I'd be like,
For
okay,
real?
fine, I'm see you in Viridian City.
You're allowed to not like your siblings if they're shitty to you. What the fuck?
So
was that when you threw your notebook against the wall?
yeah.
Damn it. So
then they
now
rehearse. They're rehearsing.
we get to watch them rehearse.
Oh, and there's a seal, by the way. The seal is the mermaid's companion.
It's barely in this episode.
It's there. It's there.
It's
a
literally
seal.
like in the background.
They
don't even address it.
They don't talk about it. They just say, "Oh, hey, and here's seal." They don't even say that.
They don't even say that. The last time they brought up the seal was 50 episodes ago when they said all we have left is like the seal that won't battle.
No, that was a Goldeen.
No, it was the seal because that had the badge in its mouth. No, you're right. They didn't even talk about the seal. That was the
seal just
Goldeen.
had the badge in its mouth.
Yeah. Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This Goldeen couldn't battle or whatever. They're like, that's the only Pokemon we have. Oh, here, just take a badge. And then the seal comes up. They didn't even talk about the seal then.
No. They should have at least said, "Oh yeah, no, this seal is like a utility seal. We just use it for like shows and giving out gym badges. It can't battle; it's too weak."
So we're not going to talk about this seal again for like another 3/4 of this episode because it's not going to be in the episode.
No.
But then it's going to make a big appearance. Just remember that.
So they're rehearsing, and nothing's happening. And then Team
No.
Rocket comes in.
And
Team Rocket is the best part of this show.
I was like, I was thinking like, oh, the Pokemon anime thrill as we rehearse for a water ballet. I was like, man, I never thought I'd say this, but where the f*** is Team Rocket, man? Where is Team Rocket?
And then we see speaking of the devil, we see Team Rocket outside of the gym saying, "Hey, we could steal a lot of those water Pokemon." I wonder why they're not at Viridian City though. It's weird that.
Why did they follow Ash and Company?
I think they just follow Ash and Company.
I would hope so, because otherwise, this is the biggest freaking coincidence I've ever seen that they just happen to go to Cerulean City too. Damn it. Well, anyway.
So then the show opens, and inexplicably...
Lines around the block, man.
Inexplicably, because you added one actor to your performances.
The rest of the town is
an
so
untrained, never heard of actor. And then you got the entire city going to your goddamn show.
Yeah. Like, what the man?
I don't.
Just sold out performances for like the next 6 months is what they say at the end of this episode. So Misty, apparently that one day of training did her good because she's doing all right in the f***ing ballet.
Yeah, it's happening and like...
It's an interesting ballet. It's completely underwater. They have like little hidey hole spots where she can come up for air and stuff.
And they have the aquarium like elevated so that way the whole audience
can see
see
inside it. I was like, man, it would be awful if something went wrong and that poor actress like drowned on stage in front of all those children and everything. Just horribly and violently drowns.
They would deserve nothing less.
Your wife is shaking her head at me.
It just reminds me of D&D the other day, where I went crazy.
So then, f***ing Team Rocket,
they kidnap two of Misty's sisters.
They tie up the sisters and throw them in a locker.
Why do they have a big old locker room full of, like, lockers?
Because
I don't care.
They rent out the pool to people. And
okay, great.
They got a changing room.
They do everything except have Pokemon battles in this damn thing.
Yeah, no. The Cerulean sisters are some of my most hated characters.
They are now for me, too. I didn't really give a shit about them in the other episode they were in, but this one, they were really obnoxiously
they let out their true colors.
Mean, yeah.
By the way, James is like in one of his best costumes ever.
Is.
He's dressed up as Swan Princess.
It's pretty great. And Meowth's tail has a swan painted on it or whatever. It looks like there's a swan coming out of his ass, but it looks great.
It's great. It's great. So then, Team Rocket goes and tries to kidnap all the Goldeen, and Misty is very badly trying to save them.
Yeah.
And then Brock and Ash come up and
they go into the water to
and
save
they do
them too.
nothing.
They do
really
absolutely nothing.
Ash
I don't even know why Brock
Squirtle.
even bothered going in. It's not like he has any Pokemon that can live underwater.
No.
For some reason, Jesse's Arbok is fine underneath
It's
water.
really fine and apparently really f***ing vicious.
Yeah.
Because this Arbok is the most detailed we've ever seen.
I know. It's like mean and like rawr.
It is legitimately scary looking.
Yeah. Crap. And it like is kicking everyone's ass and everything. And I'm like, well,
And like Squirtle and Pikachu and stuff are like cowering in front of Arbok. They've never done this above water.
Yeah.
But I guess underwater, Arbok is like a god.
James sends out his wheezing. It just kind of floats to the surface. It can't do anything. And then Misty's sister's like, oh, well, like, I guess we'll just kind of watch this or something.
I guess we'll just be useless.
Yeah.
And like
we'll just stand here.
gratuitously main.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Seal shows up.
Yep.
And oh man,
suddenly this thing is like amazing.
I am so happy for Seal because we had covered how bad and weak it was and how it wasn't good at battling, and now it's revealed that it is good at battling. Its
arc has come full circle.
Its arc has come full
after 50
circle.
episodes. Its arc has come full circle.
Because I was really concerned about that Seal,
was too.
And not at all about Horsey.
Why wasn't the f***ing Horsey that was like beating Arbok? It even uses bubble attack, and Arbok's just like, what the f***?
Arbok's like, nah, I don't. Stop it. And then the Seal, not the Horsey, evolves into Dugong and not Seadra.
It just wrecks.
And then the Dugong destroys Arbok, not Seadra destroying Arbok.
Yeah, it uses Ice Beam, freezes all of them and everything, and then everyone comes out of the water, and then Pikachu electrocutes them and blasts off Team Rocket and whatever, because that's what they do.
Instead of letting the police arrest them while they're frozen underwater.
Frozen, which is what would make sense to do.
Unless they die, because they're frozen underwater.
How sad would that be? Freaking months of harassment would end.
Hey, Team Rocket was the best part of this episode.
They were, which is super sad. No, the best part of this episode was
Psyduck.
With Psyduck. When Missy's out
Who
Psyduck.
can't swim.
Who can't swim and can't breathe underwater. So he just goes to that surface.
And he just hangs out there like, sigh.
God.
Okay, well, Team Rocket was the second best part of this episode.
And that's sad, because they weren't even that great or entertaining in this episode, if you really think about it. It's just by freaking juxtaposition with the rest of this episode. They're great by comparison.
Mm-hmm. So, was that it?
Then,
the
was
show was over.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we sold... No, we forgot, man.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like, all right, we sold out for 6 months, but like, we don't have any more Pokemon. Like,
because if you guys are gonna leave, then
we're not gonna have any more Pokemon. Maybe we could just borrow some of yours, Misty. And Misty's like, okay, here's Horsey. They're like, can we have Starmie too? And she's like, okay, fine,
yeah, sure.
Here.
How about? Do you want Psyduck? No. Okay.
We would let it have Pikachu though, and Ash just like, are you f***ing kidding me? Like, I don't even like you guys.
No, you guys are the worst.
Why would I give you my most valuable and befriended Pokemon?
The mascot of the goddamn show.
The even better is like Brock tells Misty that she should give Horsey to them. Because since Brock didn't get Charmander, he wants everyone else to just release all their Pokemon all the time now.
No one deserves their Pokemon. If I don't deserve Charmander, no one deserves anything.
You know what? That's fair.
And that is fair.
So, spoiler alert, we both gave this episode 1 Voltorb.
1 Voltorb.
It was so aggravating and stupid and unnecessary and pandering and filling and...
Now, can you imagine if the Kangas Kid's
out.
dad was also in this episode?
Damn it.
I would give this an exploded
or
Voltorb.
Jigglypuff. Imagine if this had Jigglypuff, too.
Oh, God.
I think we just found the formula for, like, the worst possible episode. Jesus Christ. This episode was stupid and pointless, and I...
Well, no, it's not
like
pointless,
it.
because this actually did fill story, because now we know that Misty doesn't have Horsey and Start Me on her team.
That's just stupid. Why would she... That's dumb.
Yeah.
Why would she give up her, like... her best battling Pokemon being Starmie, and a Pokemon that she...
Well, she never
really
used Starmie.
likes.
She only used to Star You
That's
for
true.
whatever reason.
That's true.
And Horsey didn't do shit, so...
That's true, too. Neither did Goldeen. She could give up Goldeen instead of Starmie. Be like, hey, man, I really like my Starmie, but here's Goldeen. Like,
It's because they already have a bunch of Goldeens, and they're like, no, you, we have, like, 15 Goldeens. We have, like, one other Starmie, so give us that one.
they need to perform this show for 6 months, even though it's not going to have the elements that made people want to come see in the first place.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to return a lot of money, and
Yep.
this gym's going to be shut down, because the Pokemon League's going to come in and say, you're not doing enough battles. You owe us $1.5 million.
Pokedollars.
Pokedollars. No, dollars. Which
Go
is
to
about
America, get transferred.
which is about 15 million Pokedollars.
Damn, this episode was bad. Next episode,
64, Nintendo 64.
Clefairy Tales. So, Nick, you want to know a really sad fact about this last episode we're going to review?
What?
By comparison to the 2 previous episodes, this is a step up, so it actually feels better than it even is.
It is. I gave it 2 because I didn't have anything to compare it to that was better.
So this episode starts off with a Jigglypuff, which is automatically going to be like, alright, I'm not giving this a 3-8 Voltorb, there's no f***ing way.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be worse, actually.
I did
Because I
too.
thought they were
I
bringing
did
back a character from 40 episodes ago, but they're not. It's just a separate group
50 episodes
50
ago.
50
Yeah.
episodes ago.
Yeah, we've watched 50 episodes and Ash does not have yet 8 badges.
Yeah. 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 That's true.
By comparison, he got his first badge within the first, 5 episodes, right? And
Yeah.
now it's been 50 episodes later.
Well, by comparison, he got his first 6 badges in the
30.
first 30 episodes.
Damn, this filler sucks.
This fillers. At least they're back on the mainland, and they're going to a city that they know exists.
Well, first they have to pass through some damn town. Where the hell are they?
They're in Viridian City. This is Viridian.
This is
They're back in
Viridian.
Viridian
Great.
again. Yeah.
Awesome. So there's a UFO that touches down in this episode. They never really say it outright. Did these Clefairy actually come from outer space? Are these alien extraterrestrial freaking Clefairy?
I don't know. I thought until today that these Clefairy were the same Clefairy from 40 episodes ago, but now I think they're
With Seymour.
different with the ones with Seymour.
Yeah.
But there's no Clefable. There's no dead carcass of Seymour.
Which
We
would have made
found.
this episode amazing, by
It
the way.
would have. If they had just added one skeleton with glasses on it, I would have given this 4 Voltorbs. But instead, they just have a Clefairy with a little flower pin on its ear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they do establish that they're aliens, or that they think they're aliens.
So weird. This episode is kind of bizarre.
They're at least fairies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. That's one. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Ash and Company. Cannot talk.
Ash, Misty, and Brock.
Thank you. Ash and Company are outside an ice cream parlor eating ice cream because that's how you make for good freaking television right there.
Just eat ice cream.
Just eat ice cream. Little Clefairy comes up and they're like, oh, hey, it's Clefairy. And Mesty's like, I want to catch it. And Ash is like, wait, what are we doing?
Wait, what? Why do you want to catch a Clefairy? What?
You wanna
Is
catch
catching a
what?
Pokemon?
I have a Pikachu already.
So then they chase the Clefairy.
Yes.
And they
leave all their bags behind. That drove me bonkers.
And they have a cutaway. They brought back the cutaway.
For literally that 1 second.
That one.
That's the only time we see it in like 10 episodes. But they have it.
I love that cutaway.
They had a little cutaway where it's like a bunch of like different Pokemon on the screen or whatever. And just show them time passing. And they come back like, well, the Clefairy got away. Hey, where's all our stuff? It's almost like we ran away for like 10 minutes.
And left our backpacks prime out in the open.
Well, it turns out there's been a thieving epidemic in this town of Viridian City. And
there's a whole line of Officer Jenny's little parlor thing.
Yeah, and Officer Jenny's like, hey, y'all need to chill out, man. I've got to fill out paperwork and everything.
I am one person, and I have an IQ of 70.
There's like 40 of you, yeah. There's like 40 of you, and I'm like Forrest Gump. You guys got to give me a little bit of breathing room, okay? And they're all like, someone stole my blah, blah, blah. Someone stole my baby's bottle. Someone stole my bat. And she's like, dude, what do you want from me? I'm one officer. Give me a second.
And then this German guy says, it's aliens! I have no proof, but it's aliens!
Nothing is making me say it's aliens, but it's aliens. And Officer James for some reason, doesn't call...
Arrest him
or call paramedics, take him away in a straitjacket. Or even tell him to go away.
Instead, they all listen to him.
Yeah, he's like, there are aliens in this world now, and I'm going to prove it, and...
Look at this detector, that's obviously not a fairy Pokemon detector.
So they go... What happens next? Jigglypuff comes up.
No, they follow the guy with his
detector,
and then a UFO shows up.
This was the best part of this episode.
And 2 aliens come out.
I was like, what the is happening right now?
And I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. So then they just go up, take Pikachu. The gang does nothing, and then they bring Pikachu to the UFO, and then just leave. And then they're like, oh wait a minute. Give back Pikachu! And that's reveal it's Team Rocket.
I was like, you know what? Team Rocket deserves Pikachu for that one. That was a good one. That was easily my favorite Team Rocket plan of all time.
It was probably their most successful one.
They literally were like, you know what? Let's just like be really weird and see if we can just kind of grab it. like imagine like they're like brainstorming ideas and like, you know what? Let's just dress up like aliens and we'll just like go up and just, like, grab it.
Will that work?
well, we've tried everything else.
No, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go for it.
And you know what? It f***ing works.
So then...
Ash sends out Pidgeotto, because it turns out that a big crane wire is pulling up their little
and they didn't see
spaceship.
That before.
They didn't see that from before for some reason. So Ash sends out Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto breaks that cable.
Like it's nothing. Pidgeotto has lost an air battle to an Ekans. And yet can cut solid steel,
like it's
tethered steel strings,
like it's paper,
like nothing, like it flies through. Its momentum doesn't stop at all.
Oh my god! So they all crash and Team Rocket come out, and then Jigglypuff shows up, and then freaking Clefairy shows up, and I was about to call him Seymour. The scientist guy is like, "Oh, this is an alien."
And it's going off, and then to both of them, and then says, "Oh, Jigglypuff is also an alien," and then Misty goes up holding Togepi,
and then he's like, "Oh, it's going off too.
You
are also an alien." And you know what?
Fairy Pokemon confirmed.
Fairy Pokemon confirmed. That was. I don't know if they intended it that way. I have no idea. It could be just coincidence, but it really seems like that was a fairy detector.
Yep.
If they planned that out like 20 years in advance.
Applause, yes.
That was the most interesting part of the episode.
That was. Because, Jigglypuff was actually kind of a badass.
Okay, yeah. She doesn't like Clefairy for some reason.
Well, she doesn't have her microphone. She's not holding it. She's just like...
did they steal her microphone?
Yeah.
Okay. That wasn't made clear.
Jigglypuff is like on this dog hunt for like going to get like looking for Clefairy and stuff. So they just follow Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Jigglypuff finds it, and then they go into like this huge underground cavern shit.
And then they go up into the spaceship that the Clefairy have built because they're insanely genius. Like what the shit?
Like soccer balls as like parts and stuff.
Yeah. Like, what the shit? Alakazam has an IQ of 1,000, supposedly.
5,000.
Can't do that. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Pokemon Pokedexes are insane.
I mean, they're written by 10-year-olds, so...
I know, but... So they all go in, and they're like, oh, there's all these Clefairy. Jigglypuff bitch slaps every single Clefairy.
Like, Jigglypuff is a monster.
That was, sadly, quite entertaining.
This is the best Jigglypuff moment ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, by far. Not that that's saying much, but by far.
And then they find Boss Clefairy, who for some reason isn't a Clefable, and they just have a slap contest. Slap fight.
Yeah. Not sure why I give a but yep, that's what they were doing. And then, they've stolen Pikachu. I forgot about this. They stole Pikachu and put him in a little glass box because Pikachu's going to power the ship, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And when the alarm goes off, a little mallet comes out and, like, bonks Pikachu on the head.
Which causes Pikachu to, like, power up the ship.
Yep. And then they send the ship at a building. And I was like, oh, hey, pre-9/11 images.
And the building is curved, so the ship curves itself. Like, I don't know
like
what
it's a
metal
hunk of salami.
it's made out of. Or just uncooked meat. And then it flies into another building. But fortunately, Ash and company get out.
Yeah, they use Bulbasaur to use Vine Whip, and they get onto the building, and then and Team Rocket can't get out of the spaceship because the part of the spaceship falls off, and the rest of the spaceship keeps going. Team Rocket's in the part of the spaceship that falls off, and they're like, Team Rocket's not blasting off again.
They're falling to the ground, and they cut away before we could actually see them land. Because that would probably be...
They died.
They died.
And Clefairy crash lands somewhere, and then they start stealing other people's shit.
And then Jigglypuff got its microphone back. And then I hated Jigglypuff again.
It put everyone to sleep again.
So the cause of me hating Jigglypuff is not Jigglypuff itself, is its microphone.
I don't know. Jigglypuff is pretty awful outside of that.
The slapping thing, slapping Jigglypuff is one of my favorite characters.
Well, when it's slapping for reasons, as opposed to not getting enough attention when it was introduced.
Yeah, no. That Jigglypuff is normally shitty, but this Jigglypuff, this I'm out for revenge Jigglypuff, is an awesome Jigglypuff. They need to make Jigglypuff cold, angry, and more, and then Jigglypuff will be sweet, and the badass, and just not annoying and
it's annoying,
hateful. It is annoying, but only because it's vain.
So what did you think of this whole episode? Does anything happen at the very end? I don't even.
It lands in a fishing lake area.
Yeah, but what happens with Ash and company?
I don't know.
Just kind of.
Brock says, "Hey Ash, do you want to stop procrastinating and battle the Freddy and Jim,
or at least train or something, or come up with a
and
battle
Ash is like,
strategy?"
"Oh yeah, I guess we should do that." To be continued.
This was a weird ass episode, man. This was. I'm gonna be honest. This was kind of like a so bad it's good episode.
Yeah.
Because of how freaking bonkers it is. But it's, in my opinion, this is not a very good episode.
I gave it
at
2
all.
Voltorbs.
I gave it 1.5. Like, I found it annoying when it wasn't being like slap insane. It was just kind of dumb and pointless and annoying.
See, the slap insane was what caught me for most of the part. That was you know what? It was originally just gonna be a 1 or 1.5, but Jigglypuff's rampage was so awesome.
Yeah, but Team Rocket doesn't do anything in this episode from what I remember, and
except to have one of the best planes ever.
Except for the plan, which was hilarious, but then it just ended up not being anything. It's weird, man. This is a weird episode.
Meh.
I didn't like it. It's weirdly paced. They still didn't go to the gym, even though it's right there. It's time to go to the gym.
It's time to go to the gym!
I don't know why I'm watching an episode about Clefairy building a spaceship instead of a Pokemon battle. Why is this even the filler at this point? What are the... I don't know.
But next batch of episodes should be better. Or at least one of them should be.
Unless, we hate every single one of the next episodes with a burning fiery passion, it can't be worse.
Okay.
Alright, Nick.
So, lately I've been having my wife pick numbers for me. Because every time I do, it's either a Pokemon... At best, it's a Pokemon I'm neutral about.
At worst, it's a Pokemon you hate.
Hate.
I think there have been maybe 2 or 3 that you've picked that you've like been like, okay, yeah, this Pokemon's interesting.
The only one that comes to mind is Toxicroak.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of too.
Yeah.
Oh, we both liked Probopass. Probopass is cool.
Yeah, but like I don't like its design though.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that I don't count that one.
That's fair. Okay, so
So Amanda picked what was it? 275? 275?
275?
And I picked 204.
204. So 204 is Watchog.
What's 275?
275. Let's do 275 today, just to give you a little bit of a break. It's Crocodile.
Yes! Finally! Oh god.
Give you a break for a change.
For sake, finally.
So Crocodile's a pretty cool Pokemon.
I love Crocodile. It's dark and ground. That's 2 of my favorite types in one Pokemon. It's a crocodile.
Yep, he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool Pokemon.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
He even had a really interesting buff this generation. I think multiple buffs, but to get started with, Crocodile got this awesome new move that I really want to try out. What's it called? What's it called?
I don't. What new move?
Oh my god, you don't know about this.
What new move?
Oh, this is great. I get to educate you, Nick.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I just raced a Crocodile.
So you know the move Stored Power?
Yeah?
That's Psychic type and Special?
Yeah?
Well, Crocodile now has... I don't think any other Pokemon gets this move right now except by breeding. It's his own move. Crocodile gets a move called Power Trip. Power Trip is a dark physical move that is the physical dark cousin to Stored Power.
Where is Power Trip? Oh my god, what?
A starting move, yeah. Level 1.
Okay.
So anytime you get a boost in your stats, the base power trip increases, just like Stored Power.
So if you have one with Moxie, and then you got Dragon Dance, or not Dragon Dance, but
Bulk Up, for instance.
Bulk Up
Moxie with freaking Power Trip, you will annihilate.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to teach Roxanne Power Trip.
Yeah, I really, really, really want to teach. I really want to train a new Crocodile because I really want to get that particular move. It's a great Pokemon. Crocodile's already a really great Pokemon. Oh, Generation 6 was when he got his buff in defense. In defense. He got his defense raised by 10 base points.
Good. Because 70s are terrible to have. But
80 is like you're. Like,
that's at least decent.
You can do. You don't have to have EV investment with a base of 80. I have found, and you'll still be okay. 70. So like, my idea is for my next Crocodile, I'm gonna make it max speed, probably Jolly, and then max special defense and max speed.
My Crocodile, my Alola Crocodile is Jolly. I think my Kalos one.
Jolly is usually the preferred nature for Crocodile because like
Moxie just already upsets attack.
Yeah, you can do it with Intimidate if you want, but I don't really see too much of a point unless you're going to go for a bulky one.
Right.
I mean, Intimidate is a good ability, but
what's its hidden ability?
Anger Point.
Which it can't take a critical hit.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, that is just way too low of a chance of that happening.
But yay. Ash gets a Crocodile.
Oh. I think I knew that.
And you know
Didn't it start as a Crocorock? Wait, what's that called? Is it called a Crocorock?
It followed him as a Crocodile.
Crocorock.
Crocorock, the first. It followed him as a Sandile. He caught it as a Crocorock, and then it evolved
into Crocodile.
Crocodile
has a really cool design. I love the Gen 5 Pokemon. I know some people have their problems with them, but I love them. They're also cool.
Because Crocodile's like it captures that Gen 1 simplicity.
Yeah.
But it still has like the Gen 5 like details.
Exactly. That's what I like about it. Like it looks intimidating and like but still kind of cartoony, you know? So it's still kind of fun.
It's that Egyptian crocodile thing.
So,
with the long ass snout.
Yeah. Exactly. So typically you do see Crocodile with Jolly Nature, max speed, max attack.
That's mine.
Yeah, with Moxie because like it just snowballs so easily. I need one with new IVs because mine just isn't fast enough or strong enough to really get up the Moxie.
Mine's got perfect, except special attack.
This is mine in comparison.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, boy. Do you want me to have
No. I'm gonna
egg?
I'm gonna redo it here in a little bit.
Oh, okay. But yeah, mine's got... Roxanne has Crunch, Earthquake, Fire Fang, and Outrage.
Oh, nice set. Mine has Crunch, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Retaliate.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I figure, like, you bring it in, get that Retaliate boost on a Pokemon that's, like, maybe a little bit below half health, and finish it off and get your Moxie boost, and then just snowball from there.
That's a good strategy. See, I was thinking Outrage is just such a powerful move.
Yeah.
It usually kills a Pokemon, then you get the attack boost.
But the only bad part about Outrage is getting stuck with it when, like, someone switches in a Fairy type or a Steel type.
That's why, like, if you're able to scout out your Pokemon's team beforehand,
yeah,
you get as long as you're careful with it.
Yeah, exactly. Crocodile is just a really cool Pokemon. I love his design. I love his concept. He gets a ton of really cool moves, like, all kinds of fighting moves. He gets, like, freaking dragon moves, like Outrage, which is awesome.
Does he learn Dragon Dance? I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
That would make him too legit.
Yeah, imagine, like, Dragon Dance with that freaking Power Trip attack. Like, that'd be insane. With Moxie. That'd be insane, man. You would just wreck all day.
I think of Pokemon 5th generation and later, Crocodile has been on most of my in-game teams.
Really?
Yeah, because I've done like 2 in both White and White 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had 1 in a playthrough, I think, of Y. My last playthrough.
Do you have any criticisms for Crocodile? Like anything you wish it was different about it? I kind of wish his base stat total was just a little bit higher.
If its stat base total was a little bit higher, like if its defenses were like both 80, it'd be sweet. And if it had like,
I mean, you can assault vest it though and still do pretty well, probably.
That's true. But I wish I could also learn like better rock moves and Rock Slide and that's just rock moves in general.
Its typing lets it down a little bit for me, just because like it's weak to fighting, ice, water, grass, and you see a lot of those types a lot.
But it's immune to electricity and psychic, though.
Yeah, but I feel like I see ice type moves and fighting type moves more often than I see electric or psychic.
Psychic moves are making a comeback though with the whole psychic terrain.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So Crocodile's good against anti-priority tanks because he's still fast and doesn't rely on priority.
That's true.
And he's a dark type.
That's true. I don't even think he gets Sucker Punch.
He does not.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's a criminal, so you would think.
You'd think he'd be able to be like, "Ha, I gotcha."
Ha, I learned this in jail, motherfucker.
I'm gonna shake ya. I'm gonna shake a bitch.
That's what Bisharp does.
That's what Bisharp does. He shakes a bitch.
He shakes a bitch.
Yeah. I do I do wish he had either a little bit more bulk or a little bit better typing, because you kind of have to almost make him a sweeper. But I think that when I make my max special defense, max speed one, he'll be pretty good. I'm pretty confident in that.
I also wish he had like a mohawk or something to make him look slightly more different than Krokorok.
Yeah,
because he kind of just looks like a roided up Krokorok.
Yeah, he has like that Poliwhirl Poliwrath vibe when they're just like almost the same exact Pokemon.
Poliwrath is just an angry Poliwhirl.
Yeah, exactly. Do you like the pre-evolved forms?
Sandile's adorable.
Sandile's pretty cool. I like Sandile a lot.
Sandile's really good in Level Cup.
Is it?
Yeah.
I believe that. Does it get I'm assuming it gets the same abilities.
It's the same abilities, and it also has that high attack still, and dark ground type, so immune to Thunder Wave and stuff.
Yeah, I love that Stab Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that Stab Earthquake. Anything else for Crocodile? And company?
I rate it 3.5.
Alright, so that's pretty much all we got for this episode.
Yeah. Oh! I pretty much beat Magikarp Jump.
Oh, that's good.
They say there's a patch coming for, like, the Elite Four leagues, but, it's been, like, 3 weeks since I beat the last league.
How's your Pokemon Go coming along?
Pokemon Go's coming along pretty good. I just hatched a Tyrogue.
Oh, nice.
And I think it's going to evolve into a Hitmontop when I evolve it.
The last time I hatched a Pokemon, it was freaking... Oh, it was Yanma. It wasn't that bad.
I hatched 2 Grimers in a row.
That's annoying.
And then, usually when I hatch a Pokemon, it's bullshit. I finally got a Zubat that's a wonder, so I'm going to evolve that into a Crobat in my next binge.
There you go.
And I got it for Alligator. I settled for it because I've caught so many Totodiles, and the best I've ever got certainly caught my attention. No wonders. I'm really close to getting a Wonder-type Flosion, though.
I have almost 100 Magikarp candies.
You need 400.
I know.
Okay.
I was like, oh, like 96 or whatever. I'm almost a quarter of the way there. It's been just a year since I started.
Go to Disney World.
Sure thing. I will pack up, go to Disney World so I can catch them damn Magikarps.
I mean, you're friends with me, who's married to someone whose parents get free tickets. So
I will keep that in mind. That way I can go get my Gyarados. Well, that's Pokemon for you.
That's Pokemon. Pokemon Sun and Moon look cool.
Ultra
Sun and Moon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for those. Yeah. Only, as of recording of this podcast, only 3-ish months away, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, August, September, October.
November.
4-ish months away.
Yeah.
So, that'll be exciting.
Yay.
Alright, we're just going to cut this one short. These are bad episodes anyway, so
yeah.
We need to go take a bath, probably.
Take a shower. Wash the stink off.
Yep. Try not to think about them.
See y'all next week.
Bye-bye.